proudly we hail, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the fray, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to rename the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series, and we are back live from Dover International Raceway for the NAV 200. That's right, the Network Alliance for Veterans 200, live from Dover Motor Speedway. I am ecstatic to be back. Been offline for the last 2-3 weeks. Family vacation, getting away. Big shout out to the one and only Jay's on tap out there in the land of YouTube. Buddy, good to see you out there. Thanks for coming out, hanging out, shouting it out, and keeping me company. Always great to see people on out there getting ready for a fantastic racing tonight from Dover, Delaware, just south of that Young Bucks home. And these Turned Out for What iRacing Series truckers about to get dirty. Dover, normally a self-cleaning track tonight for the NAV 200. That's right, 200 laps around this concrete roller coaster of a race. And I cannot wait to get going. As you can see out there, looks like 77-degree air temp and just about 103-degree track temp. So it's going to be a little slick, but it's going to always be a great race. It got just about, I believe I saw between 25 and 30 truckers ready to tackle Miles the Monster. Going to see who's going to be able to keep away from that big old wrecking machine this evening, and who comes across the start stripe first when the checkers fly. Jacob NASCAR out there says, watching the rest of the street race. He's talking about the street race in Chicago. And, man, from what I hear, Denny has not done too well, and neither has Kyle Larson. Last I think I saw, the 9 was in about 5th or 6th spot. So it's a great race up in Chicago as well. But all right, qualifying underway. Let's go ahead and clear the boards and see exactly where these guys are so far. All right, let's go ahead and shut that down. Bring the tool back up. As you can see, just a little bit of a glitch there. So let's clean that up as we go. There we go. So far, Tom Harmon in the 68. The man's on top in that Avril Lavigne Silverado. I believe, yeah, it's always the 68. Austin Collins right now, P2. Evan Knopp takes P3. Kenny Lind and Giovanni Klein right now is within the top 5. Let's drop back just a little bit. How about we pick up with Mike Papa Bear Campbell in his number 71, talking about, again, the NAV, the Network Alliance for Veterans, the one and only sole sponsor of the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series. Ladies and gents, if you are a veteran or still in the service, you need some resources, you need some help, and you're in or around the great state of Indiana, look him up. I promise anything that the one and only Lieutenant Colonel Cecil Ross of our U.S. Army, now retired, can do for you, he absolutely will. All right, so let's take a look at the back of this thing so you can see exactly what I mean. Up top, Network Alliance for Veterans on the hood, and on the rear's got the placard as well. All right, how about Mike Carter out here in his Mobile 1, number 98. Speaking of Mike Papa Bear Campbell, with that qualifying lap, he posted himself 23rd of about the 36 truckers that are here at Dover this evening. Jacob NASCAR says Joey has hand in the lead. So, talking about Joey Logano in that double deuce, that's who's leading the race right now in Chicago. So, hey, maybe you won't miss much. James Shane Wolf in that 01 right now, sitting P8. Mike Carter. Jeff Noe, he's also out here on track, as it looks like he is done with his Q lap, sitting 21st. Brett Bullard in the 12 Ford F-150. He came across the line 24th. Doug King out there on his qualifying lap in this number 87 right now, sitting 29th of 33. Actually, I take that back. Looks like a couple more people decide to join, such as Byron Jones and Jose Ruiz. Brian Pizzicemi is also out there on track, and Jim Duda yet to make a qualifying lap. But Doug King right now in this 87, sitting 29th. Let's see if his second lap is any faster. Through turns 3 and 4, coming across the start stripe, and Doug King will stay P29. How about Byron Jones in this Jones P&D, Jones Paint and Designs, number 19 Chevy Silverado. Neon green with the pink rims. Can't miss it. This is Byron's first flyer, and it looks like, oh, he's going to miscue. So we've only got 37 truckers, so everybody in the field will make the dance here at the Monster Mile. All right, so now they get these guys got a 5-minute warm-up. They're going to get a chance to get on out there, find out what the track is actually like, and see how it suits them best. Let's go ahead and clear the boards and show you exactly what practice was like. That way you know maybe who to expect is going to be pretty fast here at the Monster Mile. Right now, Jared Duda, the guy that's on top of the points, fastest in practice, with Jim Duda right behind him. Brian Pizzicemi, Tom Harmon, Austin Collins rounded out the top 5. 6th was Cole Snyder, Giovanni Klein. 7th, Dylan Chappell Sr. with James Shane Wolf, and then Mike Carter to round out the top 10. Let's see if maybe we can dial up Jared Duda, our current points leader. I'll actually go ahead and show those to you as well, so you have an idea of who's where in points after this, beginning to almost mid-season break that we had. let's go ahead and show you some points. Jared Duda on top by 7 over Nate Lehman. Kenny Lind tied for P2 with Nate Lehman. Tom Harmon, he's 13 back. 18 back is Dylan Chappell. Andrew Chapman, 25. Ed Robertson, 27. He's not in the field tonight, or at least I don't recall seeing him. Brad Slagle's 33 back. Cole Snyder, and then Evan Knopp to round out the top 10. 36 points separate the top 10, and what do you know it? There's 36 drivers out here ready to tackle the track. I believe that's what I said, 33 or 36. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can't pull Jared Duda up right quick and see how he's feeling about the Monster Mile. Jared, it's repeat up in the booth, but you got a quick copy for us. Jared, you got me real quick, sir? I don't hear you, bud. I see you trying to talk, but it's just Discord lighting up for me. Let me just in case we got a bad connection, I'll bring it back on down with Duda Racing, and I'll try to pull you back up. Let's try that one more time. All right, Jared, it's repeating one more time. You got a copy this time, sir?
Yeah, I got you.
There you go. Now I got you, sir. Okay, so it's just a little bit of a bad connection. All right, so you come into Dover after a little bit of a hiatus, a little bit of a break in the season. You're leading the points by 7 over Nate Lehman and Kenny Lind. What do you think about Dover? What are your chances to grab the checkers, and how do you feel about the season so far?
I like Dover. It's a good, fast track. You get some good racing. A little bit of the shorter track in the circuits. It's always fun to change up from the 1.5 miles. As for my chances today, I think I feel pretty good. I was fast in practice, P1 in qualifying. So more or less, just going to be keeping the tires on it and having the long run speed.
Okay, I from what I heard from a few other drivers, the track really got hot in the middle of practice. Is that going to separate proverbial, the men from the boys? Or are you feeling pretty good about the way the track feels in general?
I mean, from qualifying to practice, we lost about 0.2 of speed, so it's just going to be, again, keeping the tires on there. The hotter it gets, the more slippery it's going to be, the faster the tires go. So whoever can have that long run speed and have the best tire at the end will probably win the race.
All right, buddy. Well, definitely appreciate you taking a minute or two chatting, and I'll get you back on down to your team racing. Good luck. Keep the shiny side up, and we'll talk to you again a little bit later on.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. All right, again, one more time. Jared Duda, our current points leader. Get him back on down to Duda Racing and wish him a whole lot of luck as he pilots his machine around the Monster Mile. It's going to be a great race. I definitely feel that in my bones. Can't wait to see how it all shakes out. All right, we got about 20 seconds or so left of practice. Again, Duda, Lehman, Lind, Harmon, Chappell, Chapman, Robertson, Slagle, Snyder, and Evan Knopp, your top 10 in points. And anything can happen in a field this size on a track this small. So let's get ready to go green. The flagman's about to have them rack and stack up for the evening. I don't know about you, but I'm actually excited for this race. Dover never disappoints when it comes to action. All right, let's go ahead and clear the boards. Let's go ahead and pull up your grid so we know how we stand. And like he said, Jared Duda, fastest in practice, and he is going to be our pole sitter in that number 53 with Tom Harmon in that Avril Lavigne number 68 to his outside. Evan Knopp in the 63 with Mike Carter in the 98 sitting P4. P5 is going to be Andrew Chapman. Bear with me 1 second. I just want to make a little bit of a tool issue. There we go. All right, so Andrew Chapman is going to be Scratch that. Hold on. Yeah, Andrew Tapp is going to be P6. P7 is going to be Kenny Lind in the 57. Giovanni Klein in the 84 is going to sit P8. Round out top 10 is going to be the 01 of James Shanewoolf with Dylan Chappell Sr. P10. P11 is going to be Chris Murphy with Josh Arnold, old J-Pie in that double deuce, sitting P12. P13 looks like it's going to be Chase McGuire in the 79 with Mike Miller to his outside. To round out the top 8 rows is going to be Cole Snyder in the 24 with Nate Lehman, our guy second in points, sitting P16. P17 is going to be Charlie Mosley Jr. in the 89 with Brandon Groover in the double 5 with sitting 18. 19th is going to be the Deuce, Claire Murphy with Mike Allen sitting P20. P21, Jeff No in the 1. 21st, 22nd, Dale Rapp, Old Gray and in the way, sitting 50, sitting in that double deuce spot in the 52. 23rd is going to be John Doc Holliday in the 46 with Brett Bullard to his outside. Looks like 25th is going to be Mike Campbell Jr., old Pop Bear himself, with Dave Mayo. Mike Campbell III with Anthony Lane, Doug King and Zach Gruber. Jose Ruiz and Brad Slagle sitting side by side. 33rd is going to be Jim Duda with Byron Jones. Mike LeBlanc and Brian Pizzakemi are going to round out the top 18 rows. And in the rear with the gear, talking about Jacob Palmer in the 39, sitting 37. All right, so we're about to fire this thing off. Let's go racing. Jay's on top says, vroom, vroom, let's race. Absolutely, and looks like the 53 of Jared Duda in his Toyota TRD machine is going to go ahead and lead the first lap. That means he's going to go ahead and grab that bonus point as well. Tom Harmon in that Avril Lavigne number 68 right on his back bumper, right up his tailgate as they come across the line to complete lap 2. Again, this is the NAV 200, the Network Alliance for Veterans 200. Caution number 1 is going to go ahead and fly. Let's see if we can find out exactly what this was about. So far, I have not received a caution replay, so far not 100% sure who this caution is on. Let's see if maybe we can pull our race control rep on up to the booth and see if we can't get a hold of Justin Aniscock real quick, find out what the cause for this caution is, and then maybe we can go on back and take a look at the replay. Justin, it's repeat up in the booth, buddy. You got a quick copy for us?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, pulling you down from the admin tower right quick. I didn't get a replay on this caution. Can you shed any light on the first yellow, sir?
It looks like a self-spin with the 11 truck.
Self-spin on the 11, Mike Campbell III. All right, but we'll go back, see if we can't find out exactly what it was. I didn't get a replay, so I appreciate you, man. Thanks for everything you do for the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series from that tower. We appreciate you, sir.
Yep, thank you.
You got it. All right, one more time. Justin Anscock, previous driver of that number unlucky or lucky 13 as it was, taking a break from being behind the wheel to help us out here on race evenings. So they said the 11. Let's see if we can go back and find out exactly what happened with Mike Campbell III. All right, let's scroll and scroll and scroll until we can't scroll anymore. Let's see, Mike Campbell III, self-spin. That's probably why it didn't give me a replay. Let's see. No, it's not gonna give me anything. But hey, a self-spin is a self-spin. Let's see. Let's actually go on back, take a look at the 11 truck right quick. I don't see any immediate damage on his truck. No, his CarQuest Auto Parts Tundra looks pretty healthy. I don't see anything there. Let's take a look down the left sides, left front. Nope, inside looks good. Don't see any issues with the hood. And no, he's It doesn't look like he's got any real issues at all. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and roll on. So Jared Duda led the first lap. We spoke with him just a little bit ago as the Pace truck's kind of doing a little bit of a kickflip. All right, so chat, whether you're out there on YouTube or Twitch, who's your pick to win this thing tonight? I mean, anything could really happen at the Monster Mile, but who's got a horse in this race? Since we're right outside Dover Downs, who's got a horse in this race? Who's going to go ahead and grab the checkers this evening after a nice little couple week break? In fact, I think it was 3 weeks. The first week we were off because the actual NASCAR race ran at Iowa. It was a late race, and then I was away for 2 weeks, actually getting to hang out with Jay's on top and his brother Izzy, and then my other nephews, Dougie and Cashton, and then all my nieces and nephews up north. Jace and Trey and everybody else that we got to see and hang out. So it was definitely a lot of fun, and looking forward to doing it again in the near future. All right, so lights top the Pace truck are out. Jared Duda, Tom Harmon, Evan Knopp, Mike Carter, and Austin Collins are your top 5. Let's go ahead and get on back to our starter cam. Barney's already got that green flag in hand. Brake flag's out. Let's go. So the 53, Jared Duda able to maintain control over the race. Tom Harmon still in sitting P2. Evan Knopp third. So right now, first, second, and third, right where they started the race. Yeah, with a pretty early caution. I wouldn't expect a whole lot out of the top 3. They usually qualify and practice pretty close together. And they usually when they practice and sit pretty close together in qualifying, within the first few laps they usually stay pretty close together as well. So right now we got a good little bit that are single file, talking about the first 8 or 9. Let's go back to about Mike Miller. That's where we saw the first double wide action, and that's going to be Mike Miller on the bottom. In the 5 and 7 right behind, that's going to be Chris Murphy, and then Giovanni Klein right behind in that red, white, and blue tribute to CMR Graphics, I believe that said, or Patriotic Machine for CMR Graphics. And 7's going to go ahead and lose his spot. That's, again, Chris Murphy. Behind them is going to be Chase McGuire in the 79, and then the double deuce of Josh Arnold sitting 13th. He's down 1 spot. Charlie Mosley in that 89. He's up 3 in his Valvoline colored, looks like Chevy Silverado. Nate Lehman 15th. He's up 1 spot. But how about Mike Allen in this red, white, and blue, also number 29 Universe machine? He's up 4 spots. If we're looking for our biggest mover so far, we're going to have to drop back to about P24, where you see Byron Jones in his number 19 for Jones P&D. He is, as he's kind of lagging out just a little bit. Truck's got some issues. There he goes. Now he's back in. But yeah, 19 lagging just a little bit. He's now up 11 spots, sitting 23rd. Jim Duda, he's right now sitting 11th in points in this 053. He's up 9 spots, sitting 24th. And John Doc Holliday right back here in the 46 Toyota machine. He's down 2 spots with Mike LeBlanc right behind. Mike in that number 41, he is up 9, sitting 26. Brad Slagle back here in the 052, he's up 4 with Mike Pop Bear Campbell, owner, operator, and main admin for the Turned Out For What iRacing Truck Series. Right now sitting 28. Zach Groover and Brian Pizzakemi in that TWRS, looks like Silverado for Mr. Pizzakemi, sitting 30th. So again, we got 37 drivers out here, all the way back to Anthony Lane. Looks like Anthony Lane was not able to, yep, there he is, in that 83. I thought for a second there that he might have missed the race, but no, I got him. Mike Campbell III, who was the reason for that first caution. He is back in 35th, down 8 spots after that self-spin. Up front, looks like we've got still the same scenario. The 53 of Jared Dudot still leading. Tom Harmon, Evan Knopp, so top 3 that qualified still in the same positions they're in. Austin Collins able to work his way from 5th to 4th to gain a spot. And of course, anytime somebody moves up, somebody's got to move back. And that's where we're talking about Mike Carter in this Mobil 1 number 98. All right, so what do you say we take a little bit of a sights and sounds break here from the Monster Mile. Let's go ahead. If you got a good set of speakers or surround sound, whatever you got, go ahead and crank it up. Let's show you around Dover Motor Speedway just a little bit. Go ahead and crank it up. All right, ladies and gents, we are back. So how about that, a little bit of a crank it up session, if you will, live from Dover Motor Speedway for the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series NAV 200. That's right, the Network Alliance for Veterans 200, live from Dover Motor Speedway. What a race so far. One caution, working lap 26. First caution was with the 11. It's a little bit of a self-spin, kind of getting the heat built into his tires here on what could... concrete doesn't exactly race like asphalt. Track can be a bit more slick at times than the asphalt. Concrete can be very cold, but nonetheless, these guys doing all right. Jared Duda still able to hold Tom Harmon off, but never, ever, ever count Tom Harmon out. The man is great at saving tires and also saving fuel. In fact, let's go ahead and jump in with Tom Harmon and jump into the cockpit with the guy and listen to his RPM. It doesn't sound like he's really shutting the motor down. It really looks like he's pretty consistent, right around 6,000 RPM all the way through the corner. At least in that set of turns. Speaking of turns, let's go ahead and bring up your track map. That way you guys know what a conveyor belt of cars looks like here at this 1 mile track in Dover, Delaware. I actually passed by this track over the last couple weeks, or came somewhat close to it. Didn't actually pass by it on the highway, but you can. Very much like the stadium for the Philadelphia Eagles. But yeah, sitting right about 6,000 RPM. Just monitoring his tire wear, monitoring his fuel as well. And Tom Harmon is definitely one of the best. How about one of the best when it comes to consistency? Talking about the driver of the 63, Evan Knopp. Evan started third, again, right where he is. Jay's on top, says Jared Duda is good, been number one the whole time. Jay, you are not wrong. Jared Duda Jared Duda very fast. And pretty consistent as well. So he's trying to hold on to that gap. And basically, when you get to the front, like where he is, you kind of don't have to worry about those fast laps anymore. What you really have to worry about is race management. So at this point, Jared, he's got a decent little gap over P2. He doesn't have to push it. He doesn't have to, scrub his tires down. He wants to try to maintain the tires that he has, so they don't get too worn, and he starts to drop back in the field. And as we say that, it actually kind of looks like he's pulling away a little bit. He has just about a 1.6 second lead over the 68 of Tom Harmon. So Tom Harmon kind of falling back a little bit, and on corner exit, that last lap, it looked like he got a little tail happy. So he might be feeling a little bit in the area of tires. Either that, or maybe tried to give it a little bit too much gas too soon, and just got a little slideways, as we say, coming off the corner. All right, let's actually take a look at the back end of this number 68 and see how see what he's having to do here. So this is from one of our drone cams, just kind of keeping pace with the 68. Now let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit, and we'll actually be able to watch what kind of just how much he's having to saw on that wheel to try to get it to go straight. Look at that. While he's still in the middle of the corners, he's already got that wheel, straight up and down. When I say straight up and down, you can see that red stripe in the middle of the wheel. He's already got that at 12 o'clock. So he's driving off the corner, all off the right rear. So the truck is pretty loose, but as they say, loose is fast when on the edge of out of control. So that's what he is. But Tom Harmon, again, one of the best at being able to do that. Look at that. That time on the wheel all the way to about 2 o'clock. And still able to come off that corner very, very fast. Let's see what Evan Knopp is having to deal with. This is, again, P number 3. Austin Collins and Andrew Chapman behind him. Looks like Evan Knopp coming off the corner just a little bit more stable. So that might mean that Tom Harmon is having to fight that truck just a little bit more. Evan Knopp still at about 11 o'clock. Oh, yeah, he's actually still at 11 all the way through the corner until he's got to straighten it back out. So Evan right now has a very, very nice handling truck, and and if he can maintain that, he's going to catch up to Tom Harmon, as Tom Harmon is having to fight. But Jared Duda, let's see what he's got going on as he's catching up to lap traffic. Jared Duda also having to saw on that wheel just a little bit, and as you hear, just a little bit of a scrape from the right rear on the wall. Again, catching up to some lap traffic. Right now, looks like Dave Mayo, Brian Pizzicami, and others down pit road. Let's catch up with those guys right quick. Looks like Dave Mayo is grabbing 4 in fuel. Brian Pizzicami, he's around the bend as well. So these guys or are they actually fixing damage? I didn't get any kind of an indication that they wrecked, but, oh yeah, actually I take that back. The whole front clip on that number 78 is missing. I wonder if Dave Mayo, Dave Mayo's got some separation between the hood and the fenders, so both of these guys are having some issues, but yet no caution for them. All right, back up front, Jared Duda leading, as it looks like he was able to get on by the number 84. So that puts the 84 one lap down. Talking about Giovanni Klein in his CMR Designs red, white, and blue tribute machine. Hopefully everybody out there had a great 4th of July during our little bit of a break. Vroom, vroom, Roman says, my hero. I'll tell you what, you ever want to watch a hero race? Mr. 9K now here on the iRacing service. Big congratulations to Vroom Vroom for hitting that mark that most people do not reach, as it looks like caution number 2 is going to fly. This one's going to have something to do with Byron Jones. So let's go ahead and set this aside, and we'll find out exactly what happened with Byron, and we'll go from there. All right, so we're going to catch up with the Jones P&D machine right quick. Let's go ahead and change up our camera just a little bit. How about we go to the chase cam? There is that PBR iRacing, got the 053 underneath, and let's play this out. I said let's play this out. There we go. All right, so coming up on Pizza and Wings podcast machine just ahead. Looks like he's a little swiggly. Not too bad though. Going into turns 3 and 4, Byron just kind of riding in the tire tracks. Got a little loose, get maybe a little bit of a tap. Not quite sure if that was due to lag or not. How about we back this up just a tad, and we'll stop it right about here. Let's flip this around and see if there's any contact in the front. Let's go quarter speed. And maybe a little bit of net code. Kind of sends him down just a tad. Byron got that wheel hard to the right and just not able to save it as he lags just a little bit. But yeah, hard on the inside wall. Dover, very much a self-cleaning track, so pretty much just stays on a bottom. Good job by him locking it down as it comes across the start stripe. And that was yellow number 2. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. And you can pretty much imagine that everybody's going to come on down pit road, grab 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods, and top it off. Looks like the deuce for Claire Murphy, Brett Bullard, and Tom Harmon. Nope, actually Giovanni Klein. He's now dropping back a little bit. More than likely might have. Actually, it's not showing him on pit road. It just shows him as dropping back. So Claire Murphy leading, Brett Bullard sitting P2. Tom Harmon's going to come on around as they go down pit road. All right, so let's check in with Tom Harmon real quick. See if we can have a quick word with the driver of the Avril Lavigne. Number 68 should be down here in Weaver Motorsports. Go ahead and pull him on up here right quick. Mr. Harmon, it's repeat up in the booth, bud. You got a quick copy in that Avril Lavigne number 68?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, Tom. So you pretty much ran P2 right there. Jared Duda led most of the 44 laps that are now in the books. How's that machine feeling, and can you keep the field behind you? Were you kind of conserving right there?
Clean air is king, and that's going to be how you win this race, is keeping it out front.
Gotcha. So you're saying that Avril's going to feel pretty happy with you in the lead. I did start to see that we were starting to catch up with lap traffic. 40 laps, give or take, to where you start to catch the first car. Is that a pretty good pace? Is that kind of standard, or is that just the pace that Duda was running?
That would have to be the pace he's running. I rarely get a run long enough to reach lap traffic, so I'm just guessing at this point.
All right, buddy. Well, I know we're about to get all racked and stacked back up. Lights atop the pace truck are still on, but they're about to turn off, so you get back double file. As always, sir, I wish you all the best. Keep the shiny side up. I'll get you and Avril back on down to Weaver Motorsports right now. Wish your teammates good luck for me as well.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. All right, one more time. That is Tom Harmon, pilot of the Zavra Levine number 68. Man, this Silverado's been bad fast every single week, and we wish him luck as always. All right, so Weaver Motorsports is where he is going. Back down with his teammate, and as you can see, everybody back side by side here for the NAV 200 as part of the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series. What a race it's been so far, and I'm glad to see them all racked and stacked back up. It's like one big hornet's nest all over again. Can we keep it clean and green? Or do people feel the same as Tom Harmon, where track position is king, and they've got to try to jump while they can to make up some spots? Tom Harmon started on the outside row 45 laps ago, and right now he's got all the clean air. Let's get back to Barney. Let's get ready to roll. Green flag's out. Let's go. All right, so Tom Harmon able to secure that lap, grab a point for himself. Tom Harmon came in P4 in points, just 7 points behind Jared Duda. But so far, Jared Duda led the most laps, so he would gain that extra bonus point if Tom Harmon isn't able to keep him held back right now. Jared Duda, as far as where he is in the field, I'm gonna kind of wonder if Jared didn't have some kind of an issue. He had a 14.8 pit stop, so not too bad, but he is all the way back here in the 53. Jay's on top says, you about to get 200 subs in the land of YouTube. Jay, thank you, buddy. I definitely appreciate that. And you know what? Speaking of Jay's on top, go on over to my Twitch page, to the About. You'll see where it says Izzy and Jay's Soaps. Izzy and Jay's Soaps, all about natural ingredients to create the best in soaps, in tattoo butter, in body creams, and everything else. If you like that feeling of being clean, but you don't like the feeling that you get with some of those soaps that leave residue, or maybe you got that brand new tattoo, you spent a lot of money on that, go on over, search it up. Make sure you grab yourself some tattoo cream as well as some body butter. I guarantee you. I tell you what, I told you a while back that I was away camping for the last 2 weeks. One of my wife's cousin's son got really burned. He's a very fair-skinned, red-headed kid. Got really burnt. He put some of that body cream on himself, and man, he felt 10 times better. And I'm not just saying that because I'm affiliated with the owners of the business. I'm telling you for real, I wouldn't risk you getting and say, you know what, Pete, you lied to me. I'm not going to do that. The tattoo ointment and the body cream, as well as the beard stuff, it's all absolutely amazing. Go on over, go to the About on my Twitch channel, check this stuff out. I promise you'll be happy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the last time I was there and ordered some for my household, I think if you order more than $50 worth of something, you get free shipping. So go on over, check it out. I promise you'll be happy with everything included in Jay and Izzy, or Izzy and Jay's soaps and ointments. It's absolutely amazing. All right, so enough about that. Tom Harmon, he's up here. Evan Knopf was sitting third, right now up to P2, while Jared Duda was leading. So it's only right that he came out right behind Tom Harmon. Austin Collins, he's able to move up 2 spots since the start of the race. Andrew Chapman fourth, and Josh Arnold in that double deuce right now falling back a little bit of a gap between 4th and 5th. We'll actually go ahead and take a look behind from Andrew Chapman back to the Double Deuce. There it is. So between Andrew Chapman and Josh Arnold, talking about just a full 2 seconds, 1.4 or 3.4. So Chapman back to Arnold, a decent little gap there. And then from Carter, or actually Kenny Lind, back to the next gap. That's going to be Nate Lehman. Nate Lehman right now sitting P2 in points. Lehman is about a second, just about a flat second behind the 57 of Kenny Lind. All right. So, again, big thank you. I definitely appreciate you, Jay, as always, sir. All right, Chase McGuire. He's also right behind Nate Lehman in his number 79 Pizza and Wings podcast. Looks like Chevy Silverado. Then you got the 24 Cole Snyder, Charlie Mosley right there with him as well. Boy, that red, white, and blue Valvoline machine. The old Mark Martin throwback. I believe that was now a Kyle Larson scheme, if I'm not mistaken, or might have been a scheme for the 48, not 100% sure. But yeah, 89 of Charlie Mosley looking pretty strong. Chris Murphy right there with the 053 also. All right, let's as you can see, on that track map on the bottom right hand side, it is just a just a whole bunch of cars going around. Just looks like a conveyor belt of cars is the word I was looking for, but everybody's so far looking pretty good. All right, so what do you say we start with the leader? We pull up some information regarding each driver and work our way through the field, as well as see. Actually, let's not do that. Let's just go ahead and bring up the driver's information. You can see their best lap as well as their last lap, and also how they fare as far as where they qualified versus where they are on track right now. So Tom Harmon, I mentioned earlier, he started P2, right now sitting P1. So you got that, green arrow pointing upwards, meaning he moved up one spot since qualifying, leading the way. Evan Knops right now sitting at P2 in his Moza number 63. Austin Collins sitting third in his unsponsored number 74, up 2 spots from where he started. Andrew Chapman in a 25, also up 2 in his Hokies Virginia Tech machine. Last lap right around 25 flat, so just a little bit slower than the leaders, but still solidly inside the top 5. Mike Carter in his 98 Mobil 1 machine, down 1 spot, sitting P5. Josh Arnold in the Double Deuce, he's up 6 spots, sitting P6, with Kenny Lind right behind him in the Liquid Death number 57. Nate Lehman in the 14, again came in second in points in his Amsoil. Looks like Ford F-150 with Chase McGuire right behind, also up 4 spots in his 79. Cole Snyder in his Pizza and Wings podcast number 24 Ford F-150. He's going to round out the top 10. First, trying to crack the top 10 is the 89 of Charlie Mosley, up 6 spots. Chris Murphy right behind him in that 7 Ford, and right now he is sitting P12. P13, talking about Jim Duda, guy absolutely on the march. He's up 20 spots, sitting 13th. Jeff No back here in the double 5. He's up 7 spots, sitting 14th. You just saw the 19th go around him, but that was not for position, as Byron Jones had to spend a lot of time on pit road trying to fix his Silverado. Jared Duda led the first 40 to 44 laps. Right now finds himself 15th, down 14 spots, but the man's got the speed, or will Dirty Air keep him behind? Mike LeBlanc up 19 spots, sitting 16th in this number 41, with Jose Ruiz in his Columbia number 23, sitting 17th, up 15. Not bad at all for Jose Ruiz. Brandon Gruber, he started 18th. Well, you don't see anything on his tracker. It's just a goose egg, because he's still sitting right where he qualifies. The 23 makes 23 into 55, make a little bit of contact, but able to roll on. Great job by both drivers. Giovanni Klein in that 84 CMR Designs machine. That Ford down 10 spots as he gets by Brandon Gruber. Dale Rapp, old grain in the way, and I'm not just making that up. That's actually what it says on the back of his Silverado. Dale Rapp up 1 spot, sitting 21st. 22nd is going to be Brett Bullard in his Ford. Looks like he's up 2 in that double deuce spot. Right behind him is going to be Mike Campbell III in the 11. Mike Campbell III having to rally back through. So far, up 4 spots. So after that self-spin early in the race, right around lap 4, he's trying to work his way back through the field. Doug King, he's sitting 25th back here in the 87 Silverado. He's up 4 spots. That's a nice looking 87 Liquid Death Machine. Brad Slagle up 5 in that 052. And it looks like he's sitting 26 with Claire Murphy right behind. He's down 8, sitting 27th. Mike Allen in the 29 Silverado, he's up to 27th, but down 7 spots overall. Mike Miller in the 29, he's down 15 in this 5, but you know what? I never count him out. Mike Pop Bear Campbell shows on pit road, so I'm not quite sure if that is for damage repair or something else going on. But Byron Jones, we saw him go a lap down. Right now sitting 31st, up 3 because his qualifying lap did not count. Dave Mayo able to work his way back out on track after some lengthy repairs, sitting 32nd, down 6. Anthony Lane on pit road in that number 83 Steel Dynamics machine. He's down 5 spots overall, with Brian Fizikemi also back out on track and a new front clip. He's up 2 spots also after not qualifying, sitting 34th. Last but not least in the field, going to be James Shanewolf in that 01. It looks like he is retired for the evening and currently sitting 35th. So that is all the way through this 35 truck field. Let's get back up to our leaders and everybody else that's still out here on track. So again, Tom Harmon leading the way. He's led since about lap 45, coming to lap 75. So he's now led the way 30 laps, give or take. Just needs about another 10 more in order to take over the most laps led title. Looks like Austin Collins on the 74. He's made his way up to P2. Evan Knopp right back where he qualified. Andrew Chapman and Mike Carter to round out the top 5. All right, chat. I asked before, who's it going to be? Who's going to go ahead and grab the W tonight? Getting closer and closer to halfway, working lap 76 of the NAV 200. That's right, the Network Alliance for Veterans 200, live from Dover Motor Speedway. 2 cautions this evening, one for a self-spin, the other for a little bit of a wreck. We could blame it on a little bit of net code, or you might even be able to say they were going to make contact either way, but we'll never know. All right, so what do you say we take another little bit of a break, have a little bit of a crank it up session, and work our way through the field one more time. Let's go, crank it up. right up. Session kind of coming to an end. Not much has changed except we got a brand new leader of the most laps talking about Tom Harmon in that Avril Lavigne number 68 Camaro. Yeah, listen to me, Camaro. Silverado, I should say. And usually when this guy can get on up there and lead the way, there's very little looking back. Austin Collins still P2, Evan Knopp P3, Josh Arnold sitting P4 and round out the top 5, talking about the 25 Hokies machine for Andrew Chapman. Let's see if we can find the guy that led the most laps earlier in the race, talking about the 53 for Jared Duda. Jared back in P12. He did start quite a bit further back, but so far it looks like that thing's handling pretty well. Let's go ahead and jump on board with him, see exactly how that truck is handling that dirty air, definitely making him turn that wheel just a little bit more than he wants to, having to kind of shred that right front, if you will. But I'm sure he'd love to get on by the 7 of Chris Murphy, but Chris Murphy also on the lead lap, sitting 11th, right where he qualified. So this is actually a battle for position as we work lap 90. Absolutely, as Jay on top said, almost 100 laps. Vroom, vroom. Absolutely. All right. So let's see if we can't get a little bit more information. Oh, it looks like the 53 is going to try to bring it on down pit road. Grab 4 brand new Eagle Field Goods, maybe short pit just a little bit, and come on back out. Have a little bit of an advantage on the rest of the field. Thinking maybe he thinks he can make it from here and go the rest of the distance. As actually I see, who is that also coming off of pit road? Is that John Doc Holliday? Yes, it is. So it looks like Anthony Lane also on pit road. So some people in right now. Dale Rapp also on pit road. So this might just actually be the full run we were looking for. We've been on track since about lap 45. So that might have been as far as they can go. It looks like Chase McGuire, he's also gonna come on down pit road, but nothing from Harmon, Collins, Knopp, Arnold, or Chapman. Nothing from our top 5 just yet. But 79 getting service. All right, let's check in with our top 5. There is Josh Arnold in the double deuce, sitting right behind the lap truck of the 71 of Mike Pop Bear Campbell. And right now, Pop Bear's sitting between P5 and P4. Looks like Jim Duda, he's going to opt to come on down pit road in that 053 machine for 4 brand new Eagle Field Goods. Tom Harmon still staying out in his Avril Lavigne number 68. Same thing for Austin Collins, Evan Knopp. Josh Arnold able to inherit P number 4 in that Pizza and Wings podcast double deuce. So Josh Arnold working his way through. Will he come on down soon and try to gain a little bit of an advantage? Let's actually take a look at Josh Arnold's laps versus those that are immediately around him, as it looks like he's actually been fastest between himself, P3 and P5. So Josh Arnold able to lead be faster 4 of the last 5 laps between himself, Evan Knopp, and Mike Carter. So the double deuce still on a tear. Let's take a look between Austin Collins, Evan Knopp, and Tom Harmon. Looks like Harmon able to lead the way. The 74 right on his tailgate, though. 74, though, 1 lap down. I'm sorry, not 1 lap down. He's why is that showing me disregard? He wasn't actually pushing Harmon. I don't know what I'm thinking. Never mind. Disregard. Yeah. Harmon and Collins with a good 4.5, almost 5 seconds between the two. So it'll be interesting to see if Austin Collins comes down pit road before the leader, try to gain a little bit of an advantage with those 4 brand new Eagle Field Goods and top it off with the fuel. Everybody will have to pit one more time, though, unless they feel they can make it the rest of the way. With these trucks, I'm not 100% sure, and I didn't get whether it's 50% fuel, 75% fuel, or other. So not 100% sure on what their tanks can hold this evening in the NAV 200 from Dover. But Evan Knopp still out there right along with Josh Arnold. Nate Lehman taking over P5, moving up 11 spots in that number 14. Looks like Lehman, Lind, and Arnold all kind of tied as far as laps go. Josh Arnold was slower 2 of the last 5 laps than Lehman and Lind as it cycles through one more time. Working on lap 100 this time. Tom Harmon able to safely make his way down pit road. So let's see if he actually grabs 4 or decides to try to take 2 or what he does. Is he going to make Avril Lavigne pretty happy, able to maintain that lead when he comes back out? Or once the full green flag pit cycle is completed? Or does someone have an issue and play spoiler in these plans? So there you see the right side going up. You see the 63 of Emmett Knott pulling in right behind him in his Mosin machine. Now the left sides of the 68. So the 68 taking 4, more than likely the 63 taking 4, but that's going to cycle the 14 of Nate Lehman into the lead. So he's going to go ahead and grab a point for leading a lap. And I imagine that he'll be on pit road very soon. How about right now? Last time he was on pit road was lap 42. The same thing with Jose Ruiz. And he's going to come on down pit road. Chooses not to stay out to lead a lap. And there's the double deuce of Josh Arnold. He's going to come down also, which will cycle Tom Harmon back to the lead once he can get by the 052 right to his outside. Austin Collins going to come back P2. Chase McGuire is going to take P number 3, but that is by virtue of pitting early. Chase McGuire made up a ton of ground. He's going to show P3 because he pit on lap 91. So Chase McGuire on those newer tires able to make up quite a bit of track. Track position is king, just like the 68 said earlier. Clean air is king around here. Track position, track position, track position. As you see that 79 get a very good bite up and off the corner. Able to get on by the 6 and really way down on that bottom. Holding it down there all the way through. Open up the wheel. Get on up to the wall. Let that truck really eat on corner exit. Carrying maximum speed all the way through. Same thing through turns 1 and 2. This track very much like a roller coaster. You go downhill in turns 1 and 3 and uphill in turns 2 and 4. So let's go ahead and jump on board with Chase McGuire in this number 79 Silverado. Actually, let's go ahead and put that on pause as Josh Arnold looks like he's got some kind of an issue with this caution. Let's go back, find out what happened with the double deuce right now. All right, so here is that DI9 Designs double deuce down on the apron. Let's jump on back to our chase cam and find out what happened with this Ford. Let's play this out. So down on the apron, getting up through the gears, picking up some speed, picking up some momentum, crossing the commitment line. Merging up on track, looks like the 052 gets on by without any kind of an issue. First time in turns 3 and 4, does he get a little loose? Here comes the 74 down on, looks like a little bit of air. Let's back that up. Looks like a little bit of air might have sent the 22 to the inside wall. Let's play this out yet again. Let's go ahead and turn this around. That's not what I wanted. I want to turn it around facing back, not forward. There we go. And at quarter speed, 74, he's still above that black line, holding his own. And it looks like 22 might have come up a little bit, but they don't actually touch. So net code in that air between the two trucks, sending the double deuce down to the inside wall, loses the front clip. Also looks like may have broken a toe, if there is a such thing, on these trucks. And spinning up, you see he's got the wheels locked down in the back and trying to let everybody get on by without issue. And it looks like some are going to have to come to a complete stop. Can they do it in time? J-Pac keeping it up on the outside wall. And for the most part, it looks like everybody else able to keep it going. All right, let's play this back one more time. This time in real time. All right, let's bring it on up, and let's go. All right, got to go ahead and cross the blend cone. Here comes the 74 to his outside. Oh, hard shot to the inside wall, locks it down, and everybody else able to get on by. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right then, so Tom Harmon leading the way, Austin Collins sitting P2. Let's see if we can maybe find Austin Collins here right quick and have just a quick word. Also down there in Weaver Motorsports, let's bring him on up to the booth and have a quick chat with driver 74. Austin, it's Repeat up in the booth, but you got a quick copy in that machine.
I hear you, Pete. How's it going, buddy?
I'm all right, Austin. You're doing all right, is what you're doing. I tell you what, you're making some hay this evening. You're able to work your way on up to P2. The 53. I'm not quite sure what happened with him in the first round. I'm sorry, in that second caution that came out, but he fell from leading all the way back to about 18th. You have continued to be really, really steady, even in the long run. How you feeling about the race so far, and what's your competition like this evening, sir?
It's been a battle of getting clean air and trying to just avoid traffic, really. The way that these things are wearing, it wears so much. If you try to race anybody, if you're behind anybody, it gets so tight, but it's loose on exit, so it's a lot of handling issues. And like I said, we're just trying to take care of it. I feel pretty fast, but I know Thomas, he's really good, so it's going to be a challenge here, trying to do something. I still feel bad about that last caution there with Josh. I don't know what I could do about that. I feel like I gave enough room, but
yeah, there was actually about a foot of net code between the two of you. You guys didn't touch, so you're good on that. All right, buddy, I'll get you back on down to Weaver. Good luck as always. Keep the shiny side up, and wish your teammates good luck as well. Back on down to Weaver Motorsports you go.
thank you, Pete.
You got it, buddy. All right, one more time, driver of that number 74 Yoda machine as we go down the backstretch. Wish Austin Collins luck one more time. He's got the 68, driver Tom Harmon, driver of that number 68, leading the way yet again. We'll have to see if the 74 can guess when he's going to go to try to keep that Avril Lavigne Silverado at bay, right on his door. And what a restart this is going to be, a restart among teammates. Let's go ahead and bring it on back to Barney. He's already got that green flag up. Let's get ready to roll.
Green, green, green.
Green flag. All right, so it looks like Tom Harmon is going to be able to maintain that lead. 74 is able to find a hole and drop down on the bottom. Evan Knopp, Mr. Consistency himself, started third, right now still running third in that number 63 Toyota TRD machine. Chase McGuire and Andrew Chapman right now battling for P number 5. That is that number 25. Very, very fast every single week. Good to see Andrew Chapman working his way on up. And looks like Chase McGuire is going to fall back one spot, but that is the battle for P5. Jim Duda right now has P6 in that 053 machine. 98 of Mike Carter, Nate Lehman, Cole Snyder, Giovanni Klein, and more battles throughout the field. How about that? Whoa, 05379 almost sharing bumpers. 98's got Cole Snyder and Nate Lehman right behind him as we get past the halfway mark here of the NAV 200, the Network Alliance for Veterans 200, live from Dover Motor Speedway. I am Repeat 1975, whatever you want to call me, or in J on the top, Uncle Pete, that's what you call me. But man, what what a great race so far. Jay, glad to see you out there. Everybody else as well. You know, Vroom Vroom Broman, and yeah, it's just, it's been a great evening. Jacob NASCAR out there also. So it's been a great evening. A lot more to go, and man, there's what? Wow. 85 laps remaining here from Dover. Is Tom Harmon going to be able to go on up there and not only lead the most laps, is he going to be able to, you know, grab the checkers again? Or how's this all going to play out? Battle between the 24 and 25. Looks like 24 is able to get on underneath the 25 of Andrew Chapman, putting him back to P5. Jim Duda right now in the 053. He's able to make up 27 spots overall on the evening. So this 053 is not only had the speed, but he's been able to take advantage of any cautions that have come out as well. Chase McGuire right behind him in that number 79 Pizza and Wings podcast. Looks like Silverado. And then Mike Carter right behind, Giovanni Klein, and then Nate Lehman in that number 14 to round out the top 10. I should have asked Austin Collins what they were getting on fuel right there, but hey, sometimes these drivers, they don't like to be put on the spot and give away any information. Oh well. Mike Papa Bear Campbell again in this number 71 Network Alliance for Veterans. Looks like Ford F-150. Let's go ahead. Actually, let's take a look at this truck. Kind of take a look back at it as well as the rear end as well. I mean, the Network Alliance for Veterans. If you're in the great state of Indiana or any of the surrounding states, go on over to networkallianceforveterans.com and take a look at all the resources and all the programs that they've got for veterans in those surrounding states. Lieutenant Colonel Cecil Ross continues to strive to bring more and more programs to veterans, and there's all kinds of programs. Whether it's okay, I'll use the example that I used last time because I am very familiar with it. When you exit the service, you go through what's called a transition assistance program, which helps you build a resume. It helps you work on your skills to be seen by employers. That way you can put your best foot forward. And believe it or not, a lot of employers like to hire veterans for the different skill sets that they have, as well as work ethic and all kinds of other qualities that veterans bring to the civilian workforce. So go on over, again, networkallianceforveterans.com. Search around, see what you can find. Maybe there is something that you need. And let Lieutenant Colonel Cecil Ross know that you heard about him through the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series during one of these broadcasts every Sunday night, right around 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And I promise you, he will do everything that he possibly can to make sure that you are on the up and up, and his programs work for you. All right, let's take a look at the back end of this machine as well. He's got Team Nigu on the deck lid, and again, all 6 service crests on the back: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast Guard, and last but not least the Space Force. So again, networkallianceforveterans.com. Go on over, check them out. I promise you won't be You won't be dissatisfied. All right, so let's get back on up. Let's take a look at the battle for the lead. Still a good 2 to 3 truck length, or 6, almost now 7/10 lead between Tom Harmon and Austin Collins. Evan Knopp still running P3. Decent gap between first, second, and third. And then also back to Cole Snyder in this 24. We saw the 24 when he made the pass under the 25. Well, it looks like 25. He's going to go ahead and try to take that back as 24 slides up just a little bit, keeps it off the wall. He was able to carry that momentum off of turn number 4. Now down into turns 1 and 2, side-by-side battle. Now the 25 is able to slightly get that nose ahead. Side-by-side down the backstretch. Can the 25 throw it in and take it this time? Working lap 127. 25 hard on that throttle. Makes the pass. Pushes the 24 back to P number 5. Mike Carter now P6. Jim Duda P number 7 as he's got a battle with Giovanni Klein. Nope, actually I take that back. That's going to be Nate Lehman who takes P7. Giovanni Klein back here again in his CMR Designs number 84. Zach Gruber, how about him up 20 spots in that number 20, sitting P number 10 right now. So Zach Gruber, big gains. Right along with Jose Ruiz, he's up 21 spots. Mike LeBlanc, he's up 23. Doug King back here in P15, and his 87 Silverado, he's up 14 spots. Brad Slagle, he's up 13. Mike Campbell III, after his early spin, he's up 10 spots, up to P17. So a lot of these guys really making some big gains. There's also some big losses as well. Dylan Chapel Sr., he's down 27. James Shanewolf, he's down 26. I saw Jeff Noe where he had a little bit of an issue earlier. It looks like he's going to be out of the race. So a lot of these guys having some trouble and just not able to get back in. In fact, let's see. Something happened with the graphic, I see. Let me see if I can't go ahead and get that back for us. Bear with me one moment, please. Not sure if you can see it or not, but in the top left-hand side it says not found. Something going on with the overlays service, SDK being a little problematic right now. But it looks like Brent Bullard and Claire Murphy, as well as a few others, have had some issues. Those that are out of the race, talking about, I believe, Anthony Lane, James Shanewolf, Jacob Palmer, Dylan Chappell, as well as a few others sitting down on pit road. All right, let's get back on up. I still have control of all the cameras and all the drivers and everything else like that. So here is your leader, Tom Harmon. Let's go ahead and go through a little bit of a crank it up session, and let's see what's going on. Damian Enright says, oh, it's virtual. Never mind. Yeah, this isn't the race from Chicago. I definitely appreciate you stopping by, sir. There we go. We got our overlay back. King Matters out there in the land of Twitch says, "Yo, Pete, stream looks good though. Decided to miss tonight and chill. Might have to run Texas next week." You know what? Speaking of which, let's go ahead and show you what the rest of this season's schedule looks like. Meanwhile, still being able to keep an eye on the scoring pylon. Like he said, Texas Motor Speedway, and yes, that is going to be Legacy Texas. So we're talking about the Texas of old with a little bit more banking before they, in my opinion, ruin turns 1 and 2, followed by Kentucky, Iowa, Bristol Dirt. That's going to be interesting. And then the tricky triangle out there in the land of Pocono, Pennsylvania. So again, Texas Motor Speedway, Kentucky, Iowa, Bristol Dirt, and then Pocono. That's going to be the first half of that's going to end the first half of the season, and then we're going to head on over to Michigan, Kern Speedway for the very first time ever with the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series, or anything as far as Turned Out for What goes. Lime Rock, Chicagoland is going to be great to go back to that D-shaped oval. Absolutely miss it. Followed by its sister track of Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Bristol back on the concrete, baby. Talladega, Richmond, Texas, the new track, Phoenix, and then Homestead Miami Speedway on November 11th. I might have to talk to Mike Pop Bear Campbell about that one. But man, what a great rest of the season we got lined up, and I hope to see everybody that's out there, as it looks like right now just about 20 of y'all between Twitch and YouTube. Thanks for coming out and hanging out, chatting it up, keeping me company, as well as everybody else out there as well. It is absolutely appreciated. And you know, I talked about points earlier. Let's also go ahead and show you what the points look like since they are so huge. I mentioned Jared Duda came in with a very, very slim 7-point lead over Nate Lehman and Kenny Lynn. Well, right now, Nate Lehman, he is ahead of Jared Duda. So Nate's going to go ahead and make up a couple spots. Kenny Lynn right now, he is outside, I believe, the top 10. He might fall just a little bit. Tom Harmon leading the way. He's right now in great shape to make up tons of points on Jared Duda, Nate Lehman, and Kenny Lynn. And then Andrew Chapman with Dylan Chappell right behind him, 5th and 6th. Ed Robertson, who didn't make the race this evening, he's going to fall quite a bit. Brad Slagle, Cole Snyder, and Evan Knopp to round out the top 10. I mentioned earlier we had 36 truckers out on track this evening. Well, there's 36 points between the top 10 and Jared Duda, who led earlier. He led about 40 to 44 laps, but he's a little bit further back in the running order right now. Jay's on top, says, Uncle Pete, I got to go to bed. Nice live. We'll watch when I can. Jay, thank you so much for coming out. I definitely appreciate it. Please say hey to the family. I love you. I miss you. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, buddy. All right, let's go ahead and clear these points and get on back to the racing. Tom Harmon still leading the way in that Avril Lavigne. Number 68, Austin Collins still sitting P2, 1.7, almost 1.8 back of our current leader. Evan Knopp, again, consistent, running inside the top 3, running right where he qualified. Nate Lehman in that 14. He's made up 12 spots already, up to P4. Jose Ruiz. This guy is on a mission, up 27 spots, and is so far tonight's biggest mover. He's got Zach Gruber back in 8th. He's up 22. And Mike LeBlanc right now in 9th. He's up 26, trying to take that biggest mover away from Jose Ruiz. But if Jose continues to take spots away, as it looks like the 41, he's going to come on down pit road for what should be his final pit stop of the evening. So, green flag pit stops now underway. The 25 of where did he go? I just had him a moment ago. 25, he decided to come on down pit road. So that's going to drop him back just a little bit also, but not too far. actually 25 of Chapman, he's going to come out right in P14. So a decent gap between himself and everybody else. As a 74, I think that was just hit nope, that wasn't the 74. I'm not quite sure who that was that just hit the barrels at the end of pit road. Was it possibly Austin Collins? I think that, did he just hit that? Boy, if that was a hard shot. Let's see if we can't look back on his nose. It was him. So very, very unfortunate for the 74, missing a good portion of, it looks like, his left front as well as the hood on his Toyota TRD Tundra. Man, he was making great strides out there on track. All right. More and more people coming on down pit road. Evan Knopf, he's going to go ahead and inherit P2. Actually, now inherit the lead as Tom Harmon brings his Avril Lavigne Silverado down pit road for the last time. Nate Lehman in that number 14 AMSOIL machine is going to move up P2. Jose Ruiz now up 29 spots to P number 3. Zach Gruber up 26 to P4. Tom Harmon exiting pit road and still in P5. So that goes to show the gap that he had right there. Actually, no, he's just now pulling into his pit stall. Again, he started P2. Jared Duda started on the pole. Speaking of Jared Duda, let's go back and find him if we can. See where he sets. Jared Duda out of the race. I'm wondering if he might have lagged out or something else happened. Not 100% sure. King Mather says Legacy Texas is definitely better. I couldn't agree with you more. Less than 50 laps to go here in the NAV 200 live from Dover Motor Speedway. Had three cautions so far on the evening. One in the beginning, one about lap 40, and another not too long ago. As we got a good little battle here between Nate Lehman and Jose Ruiz falling back just a little bit. That's going to go ahead and give Nate Lehman the lead in his AMSOIL number 14. So he's going to be able to gain a point. Actually, Andrew Chapman in that 25, talked about him a little bit ago, going down pit road earlier. Well, he just became the fastest man in Dover, posting a lap of 23.91. So going turned down for what? Purple, posting the fastest lap of the race all night long on lap 159 as he comes across lap 1 to start lap 160. Man's flat flying, but can he keep that pace as the night moves on? Right now sitting P5, Doug King is going to be just ahead of him. Let's see if we can see where he is. This is from his front bumper. Can't see Doug King just yet. In fact, he's got nothing but clear track ahead of him. Nate Lehman going down pit road, same as Zach Gruber and Jose Ruiz. So our top three going down pit road. That's going to hand the lead over to Doug King in that number 87 as he rolls on. So chalk up another point for that 87. Nate Lehman behind him on pit road has not, or actually was just passed. So Doug King, last time he was on pit road was lap 106. So has to come on down for his final stop of the evening. Locking him up. 08 of David Mayo, completely missing pit road. Very, very unfortunate for the 08, just kind of adding insult to injury. Dave Mayo back in 23rd, up 3 spots. All right, Andrew Chapman leading the way in that Hokies Virginia Tech number 25. And I'd like to see how much or how he can hold on to this. He went down pit road 5 laps before Tom Harmon, and right now he's got a 1.1 second lead on driver 68. So can the 25 keep this Toyota TRD machine up in the standing? Or let's take a look from his gearbox. There is the 68. Down to just an even second, 1.1, almost 1.2 seconds over Harmon. Harmon able to really make some gains on corner exit. Down to 9/10, now 8/10. The 053 of Jim Duda sitting P3, up 30 spots. How about Mr. Duda back here? .24 not in the picture here. 24, I believe, is a lap down. Jim Duda is in P3, up 30. Mike Carter would be his next competition back here in the 98. But Jim Duda absolutely being hounded by the 24 right now. Cole Snyder. Cole Snyder sitting P13. A lot of drivers out of this one, as you can see, as they continue to cycle there in the scoring pylon on your left-hand side. Everybody from 25th, which is Mike Allen, all the way down through the 99 of Chapel, out of the race. First driver one lap down is going to be the 20 of Zach Gruber. Here sitting in P12. So the leaders have really put on a blistering pace all night long. Jose Ruiz sitting P11 right now, 11 seconds behind the leader. So at one point we were talking about Jose Ruiz and all the points that he made up. Well, look at him right now. He's sitting 11th, and he's the last car on the lead lap. So the leaders have really had one great pace all night long and have put a lot of quality trucks one lap or more down. 55, I believe that was going to be Jeff No on the outside, giving plenty of room, or that might have actually been Gruber in that 55. Yes, it was. So Gruber gave plenty of room to the 41 and the 23 of Jose Ruiz. Looks like Jose Ruiz able to take that spot and move on. Now catching up to the 84 of Giovanni Klein. Giovanni Klein's running 9th. That is actually right where he started. Has become the 30 to go. 30 more laps in the NAV 200 here, live from Dover Motor Speedway. This is the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series. I am repeating with. You're out there in the land of Twitch or YouTube. Thank you very much for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up, keeping me company. If you haven't already, please go on over, smash that follow button, smash the subscribe if you can. Definitely appreciate it. And make sure you come on out every single Sunday night for this Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series presented by the Network Alliance for veterans such as this, the NAV 200 from Dover. Next week we will be at Legacy, Texas Motor Speedway, where the stars shine bright deep at night, deep in the heart of Fort Worth, Texas. Make sure you come on out then as well. Keep the notification bell on so you know every time we go live. Tomorrow night, I will be with the one and only Eliza Bethel, better known as Frozen Toes 24, over with the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series. That's right around 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you come on out. It's going to be a great race, as always, there, too. Let me actually see where they're running tomorrow night. That way I can give you just a little bit of a heads up. 25 laps to go here in the NAV 200, live from Dover Motor Speedway. Again, I apologize. I was trying to find some information for you, but unfortunately it looks like he's including me. But let's get back up front. Tom Harmon looks like he was able to take the lead back from Andrew Chapman. Let's see if we can show you exactly how that pass happened. Let's go. All right, so let's back this up just a tad. Pass it up, back it up the old-fashioned way, and let's play this out. So you see Tom Harmon kind of in that second groove, trying to get as much clean air on the nose of his Avril Lavigne number 68 as possible. 25 comes on up to take the line. 25 moving down the block. 68 with a hellacious run off the corner, side by side through turns. I believe that's going to be 3 and 4. Up off of 4, coming to the start stripe, still door to door. 25 up high, 68 low, 68 absolutely throwing it into the corner. 25 tries to keep pace, tries to maybe gas it up and pull the crossover over, but not able to do it. 68 takes lead by passing the 25 down low. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, 22 to go. Tom Harmon leading, Andrew Chapman up 4 spots to P2. Evan Knopp started third, right now running third. Mike Carter in the 98 started fourth. Running fourth, Nate Lehman up 11 spots in his number 14 to P number 5. Jim Duda up 27 spots to P6. Jose Ruiz, he's up 25 to 7th spot. Giovanni Klein, he started 8th, right now running 8th. Chase McGuire, he's up 4 spots in his number 79 to 9th. And then Brandon Gruber in the 55 up 8 spots to round out the top 10. Let's see if we can't find a good battle. Let's kind of bring it on up to the chopper and work around the track just a little bit. Seeing a whole lot of single file right now. Here's a little bit of a battle, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty quick one at that. 87 passing the 84. That was not for position, though. The 84 is 1 or more laps down. The 11, Mike Campbell III and Kenny Lynn. The 57, that's going to be Jose Ruiz right ahead of. Jose is on the lead lap. The 11 not on the lead lap, sitting back P16. Brad Slagle, no challenge whatsoever around him. There's the 08 of Dave Mayo. Got Mike Papa Bear Campbell right in front of him. 25 right now, still sitting P2, so that is not a battle for position. 25 moves on up, lets the 71 go, does not need to battle him right now. Just big picture racing. He doesn't want to get into any kind of a scuffle with the 71. Gonna let him go. Knows right now he doesn't have anything for the 68 of Harmon. All he's got to do is maintain for a solid podium finish. All right. Looks like Brian Pizzikemi, he is still out there on track, and I believe might be the last one actually running. So everybody else from 22nd on back out of the race. Yep, everybody from Bullard and Murphy all the way back through Palmer and Chapel out of this evening's race from Dover. All right, so let's go on back up. We saw Andrew Chapman, he had to let the 71 go on by. Now he's got Dave Mayo in that Goodyear 08 right in his tire track. But again, big picture racing for the 25. If the 08 is faster, really just needs to let him go. No sense in battling. His next battle for position would be Evan Knopp, which is right behind. And the view from Evan Knopp's nose up to those guys is right here. Evan Knopp back to Nate Lehman in the 14 for P4. It's going to look something like this. A whole lot of clear track. So Evan Knopp, same thing. Right now he's got a solid podium position. Doesn't need to push. He just needs to maintain. Tom Harmon, he got Mike. That's actually not Mike Papa Bear Campbell right behind. Andrew Chapman's going to be his closest competition, but Chapman 7.5 seconds back after getting past. Chapman and Knopp separated by about a second. The 08, might be trying to keep the 08 behind, because if Andrew Chapman gets behind the 08 of Mayo, he might actually slow him down to where the 63 of Evan Knopp can get closer and closer. Right now, Evan Knopp, he's got a little bit working for him. He's got a little bit of a draft that he can pull off of both the 08 and the 25. That's not what the 25 wants. The 25 wants to see a little bit more of a gap. But right now, he's the one holding those cars, because the 25 has all the clean air he needs. He's got the 08 behind him. You know, he's got dirty air. That's slowing down the 08, which is allowing the 63 to get a little bit of a draft. But there's nothing at all that he can do about it. The 08 really just needs to stay where he is and not be any kind of an issue inside the top 10. But he's just kind of, I don't know if he's faster than the 25 or if he's just as fast or what the case may be, but he's definitely maintaining. Evan Knopp, he's caught these guys. He's able to get on underneath the 08. Both guys able to really come off the corner well. 63 carrying just a little bit more speed off the exit of the corner. He should be able to clear Dave Mayo going into turns 1 and 2. And now the 63, he's got his sights set on that 2.5 from his nose. No battle right now between Tom Harmon and Andrew Chapman. Andrew Chapman right in front of Evan Knopp. We're watching him right now in that Hokies number 25. Nate Lehman, I mean, he's kind of on his own island, several seconds, or at least 2+ seconds back. I don't know if he'll catch these guys with 2 to go. It might be that he's got to settle for P4. But either way, Nate Lehman, he came into tonight's race P2 behind Jared Duda. Right now, Jared Duda out of the race. Kenny Lynn I don't believe he raced. Let me go back through. Yeah, Kenny Lynn right now, he's sitting 13th. Tom Harmon leading the way, about to win this race unless something happens. And then Dylan Chappell. Right now, Dylan is running. Let's see, Dylan Chappell, he's actually out of the race, 37th. So he's definitely going to make some, Dylan Chappell's definitely going to fall a few spots. Andrew Chapman right now sitting P2. He came into this race 6th in points, quite a bit back. So we'll have to see how he fares once it's all said and done. As a matter of fact, why don't we go ahead while we got 5 to go. Let's take a quick look at those points as they run. So I was just talking about Andrew Chapman. He was 25 points behind our leader, Jared Duda. Jared out of the race. So things are definitely going to slow up. Oh, we got a caution. Caution is on track. Looks like Zach Gruber is going to have something to say about this. So this will bring us to a green-white checker. But let's go back with Zach Gruber, see if we can find out exactly what happened here. And then we'll go on back up. Let's see, from our chase cam, and let's play this out. So here is the 20 of Zach Gruber. Keeping it off the wall, down the backstretch, going into turns 3 and 4. One truck ahead of him on the high side. Does he get a little tail happy? Yeah, looks like maybe just a little bit of throttle, and keeps it going. Smacks the outside wall, and keeps it out of traffic for everybody else. Brings it to a stop. That way, everybody else can get on by. Great job by the 20 and part of Rusty Wrench Paint Shop, Rusty Wrench Motorsports. All right, so that was that. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. Good job, driver 20. All right, everybody coming on down pit road. This will completely erase the lead that Tom Harmon had. Looks like Jim Duda chose to stay out. Is this just to gain a point? The last time Duda was on pit road was lap 146, so almost 50 full laps ago. With the green-white checker, that's almost what it will be. Does he come on down pit road here? I believe he may do just that. Looks like Mike LeBlanc is going to be looks like he came down last on lap 151. Does Jim Dudas stay out? If he stays out, I know right where I can find him. We'll go ahead and pull him on up and see what he's thinking. Nope, all right, he's going to come on down pit road. Very, very smart. So, all right, so that's going to go ahead and relinquish the lead back to the 68 of Harmon. Evan Knopp, I believe, is going to cycle up to P number 2. So let's see if we can find Evan Knopp here right quick and see. I mean, this guy's got a fast truck every single week. Let's see if we can find Evan right quick. He should be down there. Yep, he's in heel turn. So let's go ahead and bring driver 63 on up right quick. Evan, it's Repeat up in the booth, bud. You got a quick copy?
Yep, I got you, Pete.
All right, Evan. As always, you are Mr. Consistent in that 63 Moza Racing. It looks like Toyota TRD machine. Do you have anything for driver 68, or are you just looking for a podium tonight, sir?
I'm going to try my best here. I know it's especially loose on the short run, but Harmon's been setting a blazing pace all race. I'm honestly happy to be where I'm at, but I'm gonna give it all I got.
Evan, usually when it comes down to these kind of scenarios, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Everybody tries to gain every position. How do you try to get up there and take the lead, meanwhile watch for the possible bump and run or some kind of aggressive driving either to your outside or inside as we get to this green-white checker?
Well, I think the restart is going to be very important. I'm going to have to time it and try to go right when Harmon goes if I can. On a single monitor, that's pretty difficult, but the outside line is, in my opinion, the preferred line on a restart here at Dover. So I'm just going to hope I get a better start than the guys behind me and try to run 2 qualifying laps and see if that's good enough to have something for Harmon.
All right, buddy. I'll get you back on down to heel turn. Good luck. As always, keep the shiny side up. That's a beautiful looking truck, kind of like the blue, black, and sky blue, I guess we'll say. Bit of camo if that's what it is. But yeah, man, go get it.
Thank you, Pete.
You got it, buddy. All right, one more time. Driver 63, Evan Knopp for Heel Turn Motorsports, going for the W. All right. What do you think, guys and gals out there in chat? Who gets it done as Light Stop the Pace truck are out? Evan Knopp, he says he's in the preferred line. The 25 of Andrew Chapman, he's going to be balls to the walls as well. Nate Lehman up in P4, up 12 spots. Jose Ruiz sitting P number 5 in that Columbia number 23. Who's gonna get it done? All right, Barney's got the green flag out. Coming off of turn number 4. Green, white checker attempt number 1. Let's go racing. All right, so far it looks like the 68 able to hold the field at bay. 25 charging hard though on the bottom. Does he make any kind of contact with Tom Harmon, or is this going to be clean and green all the way? White flag in the air. 25 absolutely diving it in, trying to get underneath the 68. Can he get the 68 rattled? Off of turn number 4, it's going to be Tom Harmon at the line, getting it done at Dover. P2 is going to be Andrew Chapman. Evan Knopp's going to be bringing home P3. How about that? Driver 63 bringing it home in the exact position that he qualified in and is the only driver out there that can say that. 25 coming up, congratulating Tom Harmon for a great win. And I'll tell you what, he also just posted, Andrew Chapman posted the fastest lap of the race all night long. trying to catch up with Tom Harmon at 24. I actually take that back. 23.6. Tom Harmon burning it down. Tom Harmon bringing it back underneath the flag stand. Going to grab his checkered flag and call it an evening. Big congratulations to Tom Harmon in that Avril Lavigne number 68 Chevy Silverado, tonight's winner at Dover. All right, ladies and gents, please don't nobody go anywhere. We will be right back with our top 3 live from the booth. We'll kick it off with driver 63, Evan Knopp. Move on up to Andrew Chapman in that number 25 Hokies Toyota TRD machine, and end the evening with Tom Harmon in his 68 Silverado. We will be right back. All right, everybody, we are back. Big congratulations one more time to driver 68, Tom Harmon. We're going to start off bottom step of the podium. Guy started third, finishing third. Talking about the 63 driver we just talked to a little bit ago, Evan Knopp. Evan, I tell you, last season, I said you were going to get a win or two. I'm going to repeat myself this season as well. There's no doubt in my mind. You keep being as consistent as you are, and the checkered flags, they're just going to start falling for you. Congratulations on this third place finish. Please walk us through your race and this finish for you here at the Monster Mile.
Yeah, I was actually debating at the start of the race if I wanted to start in the back, and then I heard that there was a rule that you had to qualify. And to my surprise, I laid a good lap down, and I actually took a bit of a break. I've been busy, so I took a bit of a break from iRacing, so I feel like I was kind of rusty going into this. I didn't have very good expectations, but that was a pretty rock solid race. I'm really happy with it. There at the end, though, I was experimenting on that last pit stop. I put a bunch of fuel in it, and that made me very, very loose there at the end, and I think that was a critical mistake. I feel dumb for doing that, but I tried it. That race in general, that was a lot of fun. Kind of play chess with our tire management, and just there's a lot of green flag laps in that race, and it was a good time overall. I feel like I was probably a third place truck, but Harmon definitely deserved the win. I didn't know what was going to happen when we got that late race caution. I didn't know if that was going to change everything and we get people to stay out, but it seemed to go the way it should have there at the end.
You know, I mentioned it during the broadcast and also here wrapping up. that you are the only driver in the field that finished right where you qualified. And if I take a quick look at the practice standings, you were let's see, I'm looking for you right now. You were P14 in practice. I'm sorry, no, I'm looking. That was the wrong person. You were actually, you were not inside the top 18 in practice. I haven't even scrolled through. So, for you to come away with qualify a P3 spot and then finish right where you qualified, and being rusty, maybe a little bit of a break is exactly what you needed. Came back a little refreshed. Talking about a little refreshed, next week we're taking a little bit of a ride backwards. We're going to Texas Motor Speedway, the legacy track, where a little bit of banking back in turn 1 and 2, in my opinion, before they ruin the place. How you feel about Texas next week and your chances there?
I've always said about Texas, it's a lot more fun on iRacing than to like watch or on TV or the way it races in real life. I've always enjoyed Texas since I've had iRacing, and I haven't ran many legacy Texas races. The most I've done was in the ARCA car there, but the couple races I ran, it was a good time, and I'm curious to see how it handles next week. I should definitely run a couple practice laps and not just jump into a race, because that one I'm excited for.
All right, buddy. Well, we will see you next week at Texas. And by the way, just as a little bit of an added note, I don't blame you for taking full fuel. Sometimes people gamble with the less fuel, and they're not quite sure how their truck is going to handle on those new tires with a lighter tank. You know what? By you taking full fuel, you never know, it may have saved your race. Congratulations. We'll see you next week at Texas, sir.
Thank you, Pete.
Yeah, any quick go ahead.
Oh yeah, real quick. Just with the pace that Harmon was doing, I had to try something there. But just real quick shout out. The paint scheme I ran today is the first time I've ever ran it. It's loosely inspired by Casey Kane, his Mopar paints back in the day, which is kind of with my own sponsors on it. And Car Inside on YouTube, Nathan Reynolds on iRacing, he does a fantastic job making paints. So just want to give him a quick shout out there. But thank you, Pete.
You're very welcome. I'm going to send you a TGA file of that Casey Kane Mopar Dodge. I know exactly which one you're talking about, sir.
Oh, it's a beauty. Those Dodge paints in the late to mid 2000s, they couldn't miss. It was awesome. I've
got the one wrapped in barbed wire. I'll send it to you.
Awesome.
All right, moving on up. Driver number 25, I should say. City P2 up 4 spots overall. Andrew Chapman, you and I tell you that Hokies machine, I know where it's coming from, and boy, that thing's bad fast every single week. Walk us through your race. I know we saw you kind of fall back just a little bit, but in the long run, that 25 was just on rails.
Shout out to Jimmy Cocker for my paint scheme. I love it. I got 2 of them, so I love them. But it was uneventful race for the most part in the top 5, so I'll take that. That's always nice. But man, tires were awful. Tire wear was intense. I think we had someone blow a tire in the middle of a green flag run there, so that was just tire management. The whole race is all it was.
Yeah, tire management is something I was actually looking at. I think at one point I was behind. I was with the truck behind Tom Harmon, and while Tom Harmon, he was at like 1 and 2 o'clock on the wheel coming off the corner, and he was already at 12 in the middle of the turns and was wicked loose. I saw some others that were at 10, at 11, at 12 coming off the corner, so you could definitely tell who was really loose and who was driving off the right rear and who was carrying a whole lot of speed. They say loose is fast and on the edge of out of control, and that's how you gotta drive these things. Sometimes these concrete tracks can be a little bit looser than the asphalt tracks, and it definitely seemed like it was biting some drivers worse than others. How was your truck handling in the long run, since we got through a couple of green flag pit stops.
But in the long run, it definitely got tight in the center, loose off, and there's not much you can do about that except for change the way you drive. And I'm one of those guys that I burn up my right front no matter what I do. So
Like me.
definitely a little bit of a disadvantage there, but usually love my short run speed.
No,
But Thomas was lights out. He had everyone beat on the long run. I feel like I was probably a 5th place car and stole a podium.
well, hey, you got to be there at the end. You got to run all the laps and come across for the best possible finish. Speaking of best possible finish, Texas Motor Speedway, like I just mentioned to Evan, how do you feel about the Legacy track in the immediate future? Is it a track that you'll have to go out and burn a little bit of the midnight oil, so to speak, or are you feeling pretty good about next weekend's race?
I feel good about it, but I'll definitely have to go do some practice laps there. Don't have too many laps there. I'm hoping it ends up multi-groove instead of single file all the way around. If you can get the middle lane or the high lane working, you can do some different strategies and the way you drive. So looking forward to it.
I was pretty fast there back in the old NASCAR heat days, but I don't think that has anything to do with iRacing. That is why I drive a mic. I am horrible on these tracks anymore. Congratulations on your runner-up, Andrew. Looking forward to seeing you in Texas.
Thanks, man.
Any quick friends, family, sponsors you want to get out? I know you thanked Jimmy Cocker for the help with the scheme, but what else you got?
Just my buddies and teammates over at Heel Turn Racing. They make me better, so appreciate it, guys.
There you go. All right, driver of this number 68, Avril Lavigne Camaro. She was in lingerie on the back, which makes me think that's why Thomas Harmon was posting some of the fastest laps of the race, waiting to get off of this sim and get on over. I was going nowhere with that. But anyway, Tom, one hell of a race. Bad fast. This, I believe, is your 5th win on the season. You came into tonight's race 4th or 5th in points. This is going to be max points for you, sir. Please walk us through.
Well, I definitely wasn't in a Camaro. I kind of wish I was.
Oh, Silverado. There we go.
And this is only my 2nd win, Pete. I've only made 4 races.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to pull up some points here because that means I copied the wrong daggone thing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was 4 bonus points.
There you go.
Anyhow, take it away, sir.
But yeah, I learned on that first run being behind Duda that clean air was easily a king, and being in second or any farther back was just a slow death over the course of a run. And I knew I had to get out front no matter what, and Jared made it extremely easy for me when he got that speeding penalty after that first caution. And but after that, I just knew it was a matter of keeping everybody in the dirty air and just not overdriving it. And unfortunately, that caution come out. Like Evan, I took fuel because I didn't know what the truck was going to do. A couple times it came out loose. One time it came out tight. I had no idea where it was going to go. So I put fuel in it because I didn't want to be tight and just push up the track and leave it open for everybody. But that almost cost me because I wasn't able to put the gas down as hard as Chapman was there at the end. But fortunately, I was able to hold on and get the win.
Yeah, and a very, very dominant win. I talked to you after Jared Duda had lost the lead, which is kind of strange because when I look back at the pit time for you and him, it said that he had a pit time of a sub 15-second stop, but yet he started like way back in 18th or something like that. So I wasn't quite sure what happened to him. So I guess that kind of solves that mystery. You were definitely lights out, but when you were behind Jared Duda in the very beginning, you seemed to fall off. And when we spoke with you, you said that clean air was king. How much did you have to fight the dirty air when getting around some lap cars? And what were your big picture thoughts as you were driving through all that?
Oh, you could definitely easily tell whenever somebody catches the dirty air on a lap car, because I just watched Collins and Evan start to pull me back. And it was just, thankfully, most of them went high in the corner, which left the bottom open for me. But if I needed to, I was ready to go to the middle or high side to get that run off the corner. But fortunately, like I said, they all stayed high and let me have the bottom. So wasn't going to complain there. And as far as the final green flag stop, I had to base it off of Collins and Evan. Once I saw Collins biff the wall, I was kind of open for me at that point.
I don't remember exactly how bad you beat me when we went to Texas Motor Speedway in the All-American Racing ARP. I'll just go there. I don't remember how bad you beat me at Texas, but what do you think about the Legacy Texas Motor Speedway as next week's race, Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern? You gonna have to turn a few extra laps, or is Avril ready to go?
Oh, we're not going to touch it until we get into the session, but I haven't run that old Legacy Texas in forever. So I'm hoping that it plays well with the tires, but we'll find out in practice and make adjustments before, middle, and during the race.
All-American Racing Partnership. That's what it was.
There you go.
All right, I'm sure you're still dominant over there. I definitely appreciate you, Tom. Congratulations on the win this evening here at Dover. Any quick friends, family, sponsors you want to get out, sir?
Yeah, give a shout out to you up in the booth for broadcasting it to everybody. All the drivers that show up each week, all the admins that allow us to put on the show, all the people that show up, and all the fans that show up in your chat, my chat, all the streams that everybody have, and Avril on the hood.
There you go. And again, thank you very much for that raid at the end. You want to catch Tom Harmon in action at any time, make sure you go on over to Jungle Cat Wizard. He actually raided my side on Twitch just before we pulled the top 3 into the booth. Go on over, give him a follow, and make sure you keep the notifications bell on. That way you know every time old Mr. Harmon goes live. Congratulations, sir. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, sir. I'll be there.
All right, everybody. Big thanks again to everybody that came out, hung out, chatted up, kept me company, whether it was on YouTube or on Twitch. I definitely appreciate you. Don't forget, tomorrow night, right around 8:15, 8:17 Eastern time, I will be over on Shake and Bake with the one and only Frozen Toast. So Frozen Toast 24 on Twitch. Make sure you go on over, give that channel a follow. We will be live. I don't recall where the race is from, but no doubt it's going to be a barn burner. Hope to see y'all there. And again, right back here, same bat time, same bat channel, next week, 9 p.m. from Legacy, Texas, with the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series presented by the Network Alliance for Veterans. Have a great evening, everybody.